Hello everyone, so we've been passing time playing a whole bunch of characters for Season 2, ranking up through the upper master ranks, and I wanted to share the things that I've learned as we go through the characters, and I better start doing this now before I start forgetting things. So we're going to start with Ryu. Keep in mind, you're going to need a basic knowledge of Ryu. This is not exactly like a Ryu basics guide, so I'm going to be jumping to some advanced things, and don't worry if you're not in master rank, even if you're in diamond rank or lower. These are the things that I personally use to rank up. And of course, I'll be focusing on Season 2 stuff because I wanted to learn all the new things these characters received with the patch notes. The first thing we should go over is Ryu's Denjin stock. This is one of his biggest changes. So I want to talk about all the ways to get into the Denjin stock first. The most primary ways that I get into it is through his target combo. So his heavy punch, heavy kick target combo, what's important to know is that this is one hit confirmable. So you have enough time to recognize if this heavy punch hits or not, and then you can go into the target and get the Denjin stock. So to practice this, go in training mode and set the block to random. And then just, wait for the CPU to block or just do it from here. And if you see it hit, press heavy kick and then down punch and you'll get the Denjin stock. This is really important to know. And Ryu's heavy punch is a great pressure tool. The other target combo, this is also easily confirmable, the medium light kick heavy kick into the Denjin stock. What makes this unique is that it's relatively safe on block if you space it right. It's -4, so as long as you space it correctly like this, you can easily confirm this and let it rock and go into the Denjin stock. You can even combo into it. Like something you'll regularly do is low forward into dry rush like this. This is a new route you can go for that I think is worth it. You'll get a knockdown and a Denjin stock in a good position. Other situations where you'll land the medium punch is anytime where you're like kind of plus. So like say you do a forward heavy punch and you think the opponent's gonna press, that'd be like a good time to do it. And you just check them. Another common scenario is if you do drive rush overhead, you're +3. So sometimes the opponent will try to take their turn back. So if they try to mash, you can fish with the target combo and get the Denjin stock out. Or like I said, just poking in general to land this. Combo-wise, a new DI combo that a lot of Ryus like to do, that I use myself, is anytime you crumple, so let's say you land a DI. So what I'm doing is dash forward, crouching heavy punch into light Hashogeki, into sweep. Puts you in a really good position. It's good damage and sets you up for the stock full screen to zone. Now that you keep the stock from, and you just throw out lots of light and medium fireballs. It also works with a heavy kick crumple, same thing. If you land a punish counter with this, say you block like an uppercut or something, same thing, dash forward. Simple combo. Those are pretty much the main ways that I get stock. And of course, just landing any kind of stray donkey kick, like you just land a donkey kick, it's a good time to load up the Denjin stock. Or if the opponent is far away, like land an OD fireball, Denjin stock. Or they're full screen running away from you, Denjin stock. You want to have this Denjin stock out because Ryu's damage lacks without. His character shines when you have the stock up. You want to take advantage of those buffs. Now, when you do have the Denjin stock, let's talk about what you can do with it. So one of the main things you want to aim for is low forward into the heavy Hashogeki when you have the stock up, because it naturally combos. And this sets up a lot of great damage for him. One new combo he gets in Season 2 is you can just dry rush back heavy kick into uppercut. This now juggles, and you can go into level 3 from this if you want. Or you can meter dump and just do another dry rush back heavy kick. So you can do something like this. It looks trolly, but there are a lot of situations where you'll be close to lethal and you'll want to dump all your meter. It does a lot of damage. It's almost 5k. You can close out rounds really well with this. And it makes his crouching medium kick really threatening. Another common thing you can do from this, I'm going to go just over this first. The crouching medium kick into core circle back heavy. Drive rush, crouching medium punch into medium Tatsu is really good corner carry. And pushing the opponent to the corner with Ryu is really good in general. It's better probably to do one dash or to drive rush after, but if you want to save your meter. One dash is good and you just walk forward. You're +19. That'd be way better. Another alternate route you can go is drive rush heavy punch into light uppercut. When you go like this. I really like this one. You're giving up just a tiny bit of damage, but you get 2 dashes after this. and you're +1 and you're point blank, so you can threaten the throw or lights. So near the end of my grind, I've been using this a lot. And this gives you a lot of options. And the shimmy too, as well, which is really nice. I can backdash, for example. Strike, throw, mix up. Like this. You can also go back heavy kick into medium Tatsu, and then 1 dash, and then you're +5 as well. And it's still good damage. And then a new meter dump that Ryu gets, or a buff that he got to his damage, is low 4 into the OD Hashogeki. And now this does a lot more damage, so if you're cashing out into this, it's really, really close to optimal. The only problem is it's really expensive because you're spending the stock and you're spending meter at the same time. But at least it's safe on block. It's +4 actually. So if you want to gamble with this, +4 on block, and if it happens to hit, then massive damage from a drive rush from here. Or you can simply just do the combo I mentioned before, where you can go into the crumple, you go like this, and get your stock back. That same combo I showed you at the beginning. Now when you're closer to the corner, if you hit them with the stock buff, you can go drive rush, crouching heavy punch into heavy donkey kick. And this will give you a safe jump. So good safe jump. You jump, you get the block and uppercut, and if they don't uppercut, then you get a safe jump. So it's really, really nice. And I think those are the core things that I personally used when landing this with Ryu. Okay, let's talk about Oki, meaty setups with Ryu after you knock down. So a new one that Ryu has that's really common is anytime you land a light Tatsu, you get a dash 4 light Hashogeki. This is really good meaty that leaves you close to your opponent. If they get hit by this, even without counter hit, you're +7 if they get hit by this. So you can go into your target combo if you want. You can go into medium punch into OD donkey kick, for example. That'd be really good. If they block, you're +2. So you're in throw range. You can shimmy and you can threaten light. So you have a good strike throw mix up here. You just gotta watch out for perfect parries, but at least the light Hashogeki is so fast that if you think they're gonna parry, you just throw them. I'll just show really quickly, like if the opponent presses throw, so you do, you're +9, so I can backdash and do low forward into donkey kick, for example, or I can just drive rush instead. And then if they press throw, like if they're mashing throw, you'll counter hit them if you do lights, or you can just put them in the blender and just do it again. Same situation, and then just slowly push them to the corner. Okay, some personal setups that I like to do with Ryu when we're ranking up through Master. After light Tatsu, I like to do 1 dash into a drive rush jab. I think this is really powerful as well. This will beat wake up lights. And it can set up some good combos from there. And you threaten the strike, throw, mix up. Once again, like Ryu, landing your light Tatsu is so common with Ryu. This is like the main thing. Since it hits crouchers too, unlike Akuma, you'll be landing Ryu's light Tatsu a ton. So it's good to know as much as you can from it. Another new combo that Ryu got is he can now combo his light donkey kick from his crouching light punch now, not his standing light punch. Has to be his crouching. And what this allows is it gives you +42 in the corner. So whenever you're near the corner and you land your lights, it's best to try to combo into this. This gives you another safe jump. If you land a heavy uppercut in the corner, a good meaty setup that I like to do to keep up the pressure is you do crouching light kick right after your heavy uppercut. Go crouching light kick, standing heavy punch. And this auto times it for you so that you land a perfect meaty standing heavy punch. It's +2 on block. So you can keep up the pressure, you can sneak in another throw after that. If they happen to get hit, if they try to jump out or they press a button, you're really +1. It says +6, it should be +7. Or +8. Yeah, you're +8. So that's really good. So you can do, if you see it hit, you can go into target combo. And then you'll be +7 in front of their face. With the Denjin stock out, in throw range, which is really scary. You can, of course, just drive rush it. Fireball meaty setups are really good, too. If you land a light Tatsu into Crouching Light Punch, into a light Fireball, it hits perfectly meaty, and you're +7 on hit. So once again, if it hits, target combo. Or you can drive rush. If they block it, JP Buster, yeah, it's really good against JP. You're +1, which is great for you. And the best part is that when you meaty with projectiles, it's good against Wake Up level 1 supers as well, because they're not invincible to fireballs. So if I do it against Cammy, she does her level 1, this will hit her. And then, you know, you're super plus after because of it. You get a great punish. Another way to get the meaty fireball is after a light uppercut from the heavy donkey kick. So it's like really common that you land this B&B in the corner. Anytime you do, same situation. Crouching light punch, light fireball. You're even more plus from this because you're hitting with the tail end of the fireball. +3, they get hit, same thing, target combo, can't do level 1. Really important to know with Ryu. It's good against characters that don't have reversals at all, that have to use level 1s like Honda, or against things that are invincible to projectiles like JP's Amnesia, like the chat's mentioning. Ryu's got some meaty overhead setups in the corner too. So once again, from the heavy donkey kick, light uppercut, really, really common. You can do a crouching light kick into an overhead, and it's completely auto-timed. If they get hit by this, you should be +4, I think. Yeah, and then you can combo after. You can like drive rush cancel from it, or just go into an uppercut. Into the other meaty setup that I showed you guys. So something like this. And it's just really helpful to stop people from jumping out of the corner or pressing buttons. The other common way you can land it is from light Tatsu. Anytime you land a light Tatsu in the corner, standing light punch overhead this time will auto time it for you. So you can go like that. And like I said, if you want to finish the round if they're really low on health and you want to use it to close out. And then finish with a level 3. Those are pretty much the main knockdown setups that I use with Ryu. But once again, don't forget about this safe jump with the light donkey kick. I always forget about this one, and this one's actually really good change that they made for Season 2. Alright, more cool stuff that Ryu got for Season 2 is they buffed his forward heavy punch. So his forward heavy punch is +3 on block now, and they made it harder for your opponent to walk away. They added the window for the proximity guard. So you've been doing a lot more forward heavy punches with him. If they block this, since you're +3 now, the first thing is if you think they're gonna mash a light, you can do a safe target combo to check them. Most people aren't gonna be crazy enough to press a button after blocking this. Everyone should know how super plus he is. If you think they're gonna walk away, because you're gonna want to walk forward and pressure them, and if they just walk away from you, it could be really annoying. So you can low check them with low forward into light Hashogeki. The light Hashogeki is safe on block now. It's -3. But if you want to gamble, you can just drive rush too. If you notice they walk back every time, then you can just drive rush cancel it. If it does hit, then you can go into your OD donkey kick, and now there's a buff with Ryu where you can juggle into his back heavy kick into uppercut every time, which is really nice. Little bonus damage that he gets now. Let's talk about key pokes now. So key pokes, heavy punch is really important with him because, like I said, the one hit confirm into the Denjin stock. You can also one hit confirm into drive rush. This is more for like the higher level, but if you practice this, it could be very powerful, setting the dummy to random block. And if you see it hit, you can drive rush cancel this. And if they block, you don't drive rush. This is especially good when you're in the corner and you're like fishing these heavy punches, and if they happen to press a button or run into it, then boom, you know, you get an insane amount of damage. Crouching medium punch is your go-to drive rush check. If someone is drive rushing at you and you're not sure what button to press, crouching medium punch is the way to go for Ryu. It's got a great hitbox and it's really fast. It's 6 frames. It's a little stubby, but if you time it correctly, this should win if you time it right. It's my go-to button that I like to use. You know, if you're playing against like dry rushing Jamies, you don't have to like dry rush cancel it. You can just go into light Tatsu, into the Oki I showed you guys. Ryu's forward heavy kick. This is one of his longest range buttons. This forward heavy kick, it's a one-hit confirmable as well. You have enough time to know if it hits or not, and you can go into OD Tatsu. This is also especially good in the corner. And it goes over crouching medium kicks too. It's just a little on the slow side, so just be careful when you're using this. But if you're good at confirming it, you can get a lot of damage. It goes into heavy uppercut in the corner. And then, of course, into level 3. Like this. Once again, if you want to practice it, just set the block to random. And if you see it hit, then you go into heavy Tatsu. Or OD Tatsu, sorry. It might seem hard at first, but when you see the opponent like about to press a button as you're doing it, that gives you even more time for your mind to register that it's hitting. Okay, standing medium kick. This also beats low. Like if you got Camis or any character with a good crouching medium kick, walk towards you all the time. Use standing medium kick to stuff them out, to stop them. If you get lucky and you hit them close like this, you can go into standing light kick and then back into your light Tatsu to convert. Obviously, Ryu's crouching medium kick is really important. Sometimes it's best to just throw this out but not go into anything. Like, don't always go into Fireball because you have to worry about drive impact. So sometimes just pressing it and seeing what your opponent does is good enough just to check their toes. It's good against people walking backwards on you. Otherwise, you can go into Fireball to add some more chip or go into Light Hashogeki because it's safe on block now. And if you do have level 3, then even Light Hashogeki, you can easily confirm into level 3. Or Fireball if you're close enough. I do this a lot against Zangief players to stop them from doing their charge heavy punch, so just checking their toes low all the time is important. Ryu's back heavy kick. People don't use this button that much, but it does have its uses. One of the main things is that it's a good meaty. So if the opponent's like knocked down and you want to check if they press a button on wake up or if they're jumping a lot, you can just do this and it's such an easy confirm into an uppercut. Or you can just drive rush into this and get damage here. As a frame trap tool, since it's slow, that actually could be beneficial because let's say you do like a drive rush jab and the opponent does like a delay tech like this. Say I do like this and they do a delay tech on you. This can be good for blowing them up. You see how it counter hits them? I blew up a lot of players for delay teching after I drive rush jab them. And then once again, you can cash out. I think, hold on, let me see if you can go into yeah, you can go to the OD donkey kick as well. So that's nice. And then finally, something really important to understand is his crouching heavy kick, man. This, Ryu's got a lot of stubby buttons. So you're gonna be in situations where like, your crouching medium kick just doesn't go far enough to whip punish. I highly recommend using crouching heavy kick a lot to whip punish. It's very good. It's fast too. If you do land it, you'll get a hard knockdown and a punish counter. And then what you can do is dash forward, standing medium punch. And that leaves you perfectly at +8. So, you know, you can do back heavy kick again. You can throw them or press buttons to pressure them, or just do lights afterwards. Something really ghetto you can do that I like to do is I go heavy kick, dry rush jab. Because if they wake up jab here, it'll check them. Hold on, make sure this is right. Yeah, it works. I'm really obsessed with getting the dry rush jab with Ryu. I know his dry rush is slow, but it's important, guys. You need all the pressure you can get with this character. It's so important to threaten that strike throw mix up with him. Okay, for shimmies, Ryu got another buff now where he can link his crouching medium kick after a punish counter standing heavy punch. So anytime you get a shimmy and the opponent throws like this, you get an easy confirm into low forward now, which is nice to know. Big 2-hit confirm. Also, you can just simply go into heavy punch, heavy Hashogeki, and this will combo naturally. And now you'll get all the combos I just showed you before. Throw loops. Throw loops are really important for Ryu. Okay, throw loops. Forward throw with Ryu, and you just whiff a light punch. And this will auto-time the next throw. So just go in like this. If the opponent wakes up and does a button, you'll still throw them. If you want to go for a shimmy, you'll probably have to backdash because you won't have enough time. So let's go throw. If I walk back, see how Kami will throw me. So if I have to backdash instead. But you're still plus 10, which is really good. So I still get my heavy punch. Into this. Or whatever you want to do. What the other one I showed you. Into a low forward will combo. If you think your opponent's going to jump out of the corner or just mash their way out, you can just press standing medium punch. So just whiff light punch, standing medium, crouching medium punch, and you can go into OD Tatsu, for example. Otherwise, you can just walk forward and eyeball it. Walk forward, walk back. And this will give you more than enough time where you don't have to backdash. Because walking back shimmy is better. Because if they do a wake up super or reversal, you'll still block it, for example. You just have to stand there for a bit and then just delayed walk back a little bit. One thing I want to add to a really cool safe jump kind of setup that I'm seeing a lot of Ryu players do is instead of jumping into a heavy button, they jump into Tatsu. And this will throw off the opponent's timing if they try to perfect parry. And the cool part is if you happen to hit with the Tatsu, and you get like an uppercut, or you can go into level 3 from that, for example. You can also do the heavy Tatsu really late instead for the safe jump. Anytime you do a safe jump, so like this too, you do it late. And the great part is even if they block this after, you're plus and you're in throw range. It doesn't look like you're in throw range, but you still are. And this throws off a lot of players that are used to trying to perfect parry or safe jump. So yeah, try that out with Ryu. I used it at the very end of my run, but it's really good. I like it. It's good sauce. Ryu needs all the sauce he can get because he's very easy on the sauce. Okay, let's talk about supers now. Let's start with level 1. Ryu got another buff for season 2 where he can still do his level 1 super while the EX fireball's on the screen. So anytime you're in a fireball war, if the 2 fireballs clash, no, I'll just get like Akuma. So say someone throws a fireball at you while you do your OD. It's an easy level 1. Just remember, even if the fireball's still on the screen, you can start turning the level 1 right away. It makes it much easier to combo into this. Even in the corner, you can go into the level 1 that way. It's a good buff. Another common way is a punish counter medium kick. If you whiff punch someone with this, the level 1 super will link. So you can confirm this anytime you land a stray hit. Easy level 1, great for closing out rounds, good damage. Also for meter dump combos in the corner. 2 common scenarios is when you land an enhanced Hashogeki in the corner. A common combo that a lot of people do will be like drive rush, crouching medium punch. But if obviously that was until level 3, you can't go into level 1 that way. You'd have to, what would be the way? You'd have to go directly into the level 1. But if you want to spend even more meter than that, you can instead go drive rush, crouching heavy punch into another drive rush, crouching heavy punch into medium donkey kick. Like this. And this will go into your level 1. And from the OD Tatsu in the corner, anytime you land OD Tatsu, you can drive rush, crouching medium punch, and then cancel that into a drive rush, crouching heavy punch, medium donkey kick, and then same situation. So something like this. Into level 1. This is really good to know for closing out rounds with your level 1 super. Mid-screen though, for meter dump, optimal combo would be landing 2 standing heavy kicks. Let's say you land a stray hit, heavy kick like this. Drive rush heavy kick, and then press another heavy kick, and it'll link into the level 1. So something like this. This is optimal because of scaling. That's a great way to close the round as well. And then, of course, the classic. This was in Season 1. If you land a punish counter donkey kick, it'll put him into a tumble state. And then this way, you can get a lot of damage by just going raw super. And this will combo. And it works mid-screen. Really, really good. If you land a punish counter heavy donkey kick specifically. Okay, level 2 stuff. Ryu's level 2 you don't use too often, because his level 3 is like more of his win condition. But one thing that level 2 has that's really good is corner carry. So anytime I land a OD donkey kick, I like to cancel into level 2. You charge it to the next level, you just hear the tick go 1 tick, 2 tick, and then you release. So something like this. Let go, and then heavy Tatsu. Let's say you land like a forward heavy punch. That'd be like a good way you go into it. It's just like some of the best corner carry that Ryu has. If you're near the corner, it's even better, of course. Because now you're point blank in throw range and you're +7. So there's a lot to work with here. Also, when you land a counter hit with Light Hashogeki, it'll knock them up. And I like to do Dry Rush Light Kick into OD Donkey Kick. So something like this. This is like one of the most common scenarios I do it. Same thing, and then Heavy Tatsu. But you can do Dry Rush Medium Punch. But sometimes if they're really far away, because usually I'm like whiff punishing with this, or stuffing something, so they're really far. So that's why I use Light Kick to guarantee it's going to hit. But you can use Crouching Medium Punch if you're close enough, if you want a little bit more damage. Into the Heavy Tatsu. If the opponent likes to mash when you're doing your chains, let's say like they're blocking, you're doing your light chains, and they like try to steal their turn back, you can cancel this into the Light Hashogeki, like this. You're safe on block, you're -3, and if they try to take their turn and press jab there, they'll get blown up by this, so steal their turn, you can go like Light Hashogeki here, and then you blow them up and go into this. It's a great way for Ryu to maintain pressure and keep the opponent on their toes and scared to take their turn back because of this. The other useful thing with Ryu's level 2 is a full charge corner combo. So this will be after you land a stun on the opponent. So let's say you stun the opponent. You can get a full charge level 2, but you can even have time to get a Denjin stock, I believe. So get Denjin stock and full charge. And remember, he gets enhanced damage from the Denjin stock and the level 2. So this could be really good for closing out the round. Remember, if you get a full charge level 2, you get a juggle stay from this. And you can just go into uppercut. Like, that is massive damage. Or if you want to spend additional meter, you can just drive rush twice. From that combo I showed you guys before. Just drive rush, crouch, and a heavy punch into crouch and heavy punch. Like this. You can go level 1. Or you could go heavy uppercut. So once again, that's drive rush, crouching heavy punch, canceled into crouching heavy punch, into medium donkey kick, into heavy dragon punch. As for Ryu's level 3 is really important because this is one of his biggest win conditions. This is where all of his damage comes from. Meter dump combos, same thing with what I just showed you guys with the level 1. It's really important. If you land an OD Tatsu, dry rush, crouching medium punch, dry rush, crouching heavy punch, medium donkey kick, heavy uppercut. If you want to spend all your bar here. Really good for closing rounds. And then the alternate way would be if you have the stock. So you dry rush, crouch, and heavy punch instead. Cancel into another dry rush, crouch, and heavy punch. I still have meter left over from this. You can go 3 dry rushes, but it's a little trickier to do this. This one you kind of have to eyeball, because if you do your crouch and heavy, the last one, too early, Ryu won't be able to cancel on the later active frames. So this one you kind of have to like purposely wait and eyeball it. So this one would require some practice to get it right. But it is possible. I just did it here. I just showed you guys to the mid-screen one. If you land this, you can go dry rush back heavy kicks. Is a really good way. Yeah, I showed you guys the OD Denjin as well. This is one of the most optimal ways. Like, one of the most optimal combos is if you have a Denjin stock already and you land the OD. Like, just going like this does massive damage. With his new buffs that he got in Season 2 with the scaling. Also, Ryu's anti-air level 3 should work better now. They buffed that as well. Even if you do it early, it'll do great damage. Before, it used to just tickle the opponent. So don't be as scared. And then as a cross cut, like if you actually uppercut to level 3, it shouldn't whiff as much either. Before, it used to just completely whiff. But now, it should work a lot better. So if you cross cut into this thing. Okay, let's talk about some side switch stuff. Ryu actually has some awesome side switch combos. Really saucy. So let's say someone tries to drive impact you while you're in the corner, and then you DI them back. You can backdash into standing heavy punch, cancel into OD donkey kick, and then dash forward into light uppercut. So let me show you what it looks like. Isn't that sick? So this one, it puts you the perfect spacing so that your light uppercut will autocorrect. So you don't need to do any fancy input. Just dash forward and do a light uppercut. And just imagine they're going to be on your left side. And Ryu will automatically autocorrect. You can even go into level 3 too if you want to be extra saucy. Boom! Look at that. So the input for this is a little tricky. To do this, let me put the inputs on. You want to do the same thing where you do OD donkey kick, dash forward into uppercut as if you're not going to switch sides. But as soon as the uppercut hits, you want to do quarter circle in the opposite direction and press kick. So in this case, when I'm on the right side of the screen, I do the uppercut as normal. And as soon as it hits, I do down, down, back, back into kick. Because you're halfway through the super motion and you're going to do the other half with Ryu facing right. I know it sounds confusing. Finally, another good side switch is just the good old-fashioned punish counter sweep. If you land a sweep on someone as punish counter, just do a light Tatsu immediately right after, and you'll be +1 right in front of their face, and then you can throw or strike. Alright, last tip I can give you guys is when you're drive rushing at the opponent, Ryu has a really ghetto suppressor that he can do Luke styles to bait any type of drive rush check. So let's say you're drive rushing the opponent and they're good at stopping you, like pressing a button and drive rush checking you. You can drive rush into heavy Hashogeki because they extended the range of all the Hashogekis for Ryu. So this will actually be really good at throwing off people's timings trying to check you. This legit works. I've landed this many times. It's ghetto, but trust me, it's some sauce. It's light on the sauce, but it's some sauce. Trust me. Try it yourself. And if they happen to block, you're still mad plus because it's heavy Hashogeki. I used this at the very tail end of my master journey with Ryu, and I got mad results from it. Even against the legend rank players, it works. Actually, it especially works against legend rank players because they're the ones that check the drive rush the most. And that's it, guys. That's a wrap. That's pretty much everything I use to rank up with Ryu throughout master rank. Hopefully you guys found this really useful. If you guys have anything you want to add to it, just leave a comment below. And as we go through more characters, I'll be doing tips and tricks, guys, with them as well. Also, if you guys need to ask me for any tips directly, don't forget I stream every single day on Twitch, vesperarcade.twitch.tv. You guys can find me there. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. Take care. Till next time.